Hello everyone and welcome to Boxer Gaming, and today I'm going to start a new series. So my previous video was a beginner's tutorial to Redstone, so basically just how it works, what Redstone wire is, etc. And today I'm going to start this new series where I'm going to talk a bit about all the possible blocks there are that you can manipulate with Redstone, and in the next few videos I'm also going to actually show some examples of these videos. So we're going to start off with the new block that was added just actually a few hours ago in patch 1.2, which is the redstone lamp, and it switches on when power is there, which is actually quite nice because before we had this, we used to cover a torch or a glowstone up with dirt, and then we would have to use pistons to remove the dirt, and it was just very difficult. The other thing that we have is a trapdoor, and as you can see deep down there is a hole, and a lever or a button can actually open this and close it. And in the same way, doors can also be opened and closed with power. Doors are probably used quite often as well. The other useful thing that redstone can be used in is in minecart tracks, and if you have seen minecart tracks before, they usually have this gold sort of thing in there, and what it does is it actually speed the minecart up when there's power applied to the block. So you can see that now, and usually the way you will see this is by a redstone torch next to it or under it. The next block we have that can be powered is the note block. So this will actually play a tone, and I'm not sure you can hear it because my sound settings are a little bit strange today. But when power is applied, a tone is played, and you can change this tone by right-clicking on the block. Now this little slime thingy here, or at least looks like that to me, is a dispenser, and you can actually fill it with items. So arrows work and other things work as well, but I'll let you play with that. And when power is given to the dispenser, it'll dispense. So if there's an arrow in there, it'll shoot arrows. If there's no arrows in there, but for example, let me take these out, and I will put some dirt in there, it'll actually vomit out some dirt that you can pick up. And then we get to probably the most used redstone items in Minecraft at the moment, which are the pistons. And there's two types of pistons, and both work pretty much the same way with one exception. The sticky piston, which is this one, will extend and contract and take the block that is connected to it with it. So as you can see, this block here moves with the piston, and this is the normal piston, and it will not take the block. So it actually pushes the block away, but it does not pull it back again. The next block we have, as you can see in the distance there, is called TNT, and it does pretty much what you would expect it to do. And I've actually had to remake this world for a few times because I blew it up with TNT. So it's quite volatile. So when power is applied to it, it'll start blinking and boom. And this is what happens. It's quite devastating actually. So I'll just show you three very simple examples of how you can use redstone in your world. One of the simplest things that does not even require you to have any redstone wires or any redstone at all is a pressure plate in a door. So you step on it and the door opens. And this way as well, especially when you use hard mode, you always know the door is closed behind you, which has gotten me killed a lot of times already. So here we have the lights, and the lights can actually be turned on and off by a switch as well, which I don't have here at the moment. So if you would have a switch on the wall here, all these lights you could turn on and off. And these are the doors again with pressure plates. Now the problem with pressure plates is that if you have one pressure plate on a double door, it does not open both unless you wire it up. So you have to wire both doors up, else it does not work. A quick fix for this, if you don't have any redstone yet, like you're early in the game, is just use two pressure plates and stand in the middle, and that works as well. So now let's get to some fun stuff. Actually, let me show you this as well. This is This is a minecart, as you might have seen before, so you place a minecart on it and you can push it and it moves. And there are 2 blocks that can use red power, or they use red power in some way on a minecart track. So the first is this little thing here, which is a detector rail. And all it does is when it detects a minecart on this piece here, it'll send a current out over the wire. So you can use this for a lot of things, and I'll make another video where I'll actually show you a few examples that are a bit more complicated than this. But what you can do is you can push a minecart over, and you can see that it lights up this block because the power gets thrown over. Now this is the other block that you can use, and this is the one I showed you earlier, and it'll just speed up the minecart. So if I turn it on and I push my minecart, it'll actually speed up a little bit, and you can stack these as well. This is a little bit more complicated, still very easy. So you put a minecart on here, for example, and this is off. And when you connect redstone to a intersection like this, if you use a lever or a button or anything, it can actually switch this over. So say we'd have a couple of these running here. You can actually say, oh, you know what, that has to go to a station, that doesn't, etc, 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 and it actually bugs out now. So it's quite handy, and I'll show you an example later on in a different video, which I've been making already. You can see here. So now we move on, and this is TNT, by the way. So this is an example with dispensers, and I just wanted to show you already that you can combine a lot of elements in Minecraft to even make a deadlier trap, for example. So if you would have a dispenser set up with a pressure pad, if you walk over the pressure pad, you could actually get shot by the dispenser. So it works as a nice defense. Now if you combine this with lava, however, you get something similar to this: burning arrows. So this setup is very simple. We just have a lava wall here, and behind it is a load of dispensers with arrows in them. So if you could use that as a mob grinder, or in PvP, you just put a pressure plate there. If they walk on a pressure plate, bam. And it doesn't have to be this big. You could even make it, for example, that you would have dirt here, so you can't even see this at all. And when they step on a pressure plates, pistons remove the dirt and the arrows fire out. And I've actually used this in my PvP world, and people still get surprised by it. So I made another example, if I can find it. Ah, there it is. So this is an example of a pressure plate, and this is why people are very, very cautious when they see something like this on the ground. And I'll show you why. And I'll just spawn a villager on here, and this is what's gonna happen. I actually loaded it with TNT in here. So you can make this as long as you want. You can make a TNT line when someone steps on a pressure pad all the way over the whole world. So yeah, these are some basic examples of how to use redstone, and my philosophy is really that if you know all these, you can sort of chain them together and just make a better and more complicated redstone circuit. So my next videos will be more examples of, for example, like this lava firewall dispenser, and I'll make a couple of these videos, and each video will be centered on a specific block. So for example, I'll do one video about pistons, and one video about dispensers, one video about node blocks, and one video about minecarts. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, please leave a comment and tell me what you didn't like or what I could improve. And please subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.